Hi everyone, I'm Serish from TECHx Media and we are here at NMK office today celebrating their success, and we have with us Costandino Drimakis, Director of Strategic Development at NMK Electronics. Welcome.
Thank you.
And Rayan Soumsom, Head of Business Development, NMK Electronics. Welcome.
Thank you.
Dino, my first question, NMK has played a key role in shaping AV distribution landscape in the Middle East. How has the journey evolved in past 38 years?
Wow. As a company, looking back at it, seeing the company initially started based out of Deira with a really small team doing, certain brands. And our consistency of moving to the Dubai Silicon Oasis and taking the next step and doing more regional work evolved. And then, fast forward in 2021, we opened a really nice office in the heart of the city, in Al Quoz, which really allowed for that next level of collaboration. We as an organization went from a mom and pop's family-owned business to an organization that is a listed company called Midwich, who had acquired NMK. Fundamentally, nothing's really changed because the relationships, the structure, the consistency, the ethos of the company remained. And I believe that we've just enabled further growth and development over the years. Staying true to our beliefs, staying true to our customs of what's allowed us to scale, and the pillars that have made this company 38 years and continue to be the company and one of the leaders, I would like to say, in the market.
Another for you, how does NMK approach regional expansion, especially in fast evolving regions like GCC that we have right now?
I think it's very important for any company to be adaptable, to have the consistency of remaining true to who you are and to the evolution of the industry, but also making sure that you can adapt to the environmental changes, adapt to the technology, and making sure that you as an organization can uplift team members that are seeking that vision from the leadership itself. So as an organization ourselves, we always take pride in pushing boundaries to really achieve what's not supposed to be the status quo, but making sure that we as an organization are pushing to the next level. And we've been trying to really convey that to the market and making sure that we as a company are sort of the front runners to any technological advancement, enhancement, or placement towards technologies in the industry.
So Rayan, Dino talked about NMK a bit. I would like to know from you, as a long-term distributor of leading brands, how have these partnerships evolved and what factors have made them stand out in AV markets?
Well, I think the trust that we have established in the market for more than 38 years from now has made us very well established and very well known in the market, and for brands to come and keep working with us because they know and we know that it's going to be a long-term partnership. And I think the evolution that Dino was mentioning as well, the expansion that we had throughout the GCC, has also made us pretty much a big pillar in the AV world in that region. So yeah, the trust, the investment, the collaboration that we have made has put us as well. Has put us on the map of the leading AV distributions in the region.
So Dino, once again, NMK Beyond is a unique space. What inspired its creation and how does it support partners in the AV market, in the AV community itself?
The space itself was always a dream. Okay. In the region, we wanted to build something that was very collaborative to all different types of segments, whether it was from broadcast to the install to the rental to consultants, anyone to really have a home of the industry. I believe it was always a passion that we had to gel everyone together, because our industry, unlike other industries, is very sporadic and diverse. What we wanted to do is bring all those brains together and have a communal space that allows for people to collaborate and learn from each other. And I think what we've done over the last 4.5 years has been enabling our industry to elevate. And it's been great to have this space because it also forced and pushed other people in the industry to elevate their own working environments, working space, and places that we wanted and the industry that we wanted and care about, we wanted to really elevate that, having everyone associated with that, methodology and mentality.
I think you have succeeded in doing that.
The dynamism of the space as well. I mean, if you came here last year, you wouldn't have seen the same things that you would see this year.
Today,
It keeps on changing.
It goes back to the adaptability, right? You need to stay consistent, but you also need to adapt to change of the market. You're in the technology industry.
True.
If you're not enhancing, you're going to be outdated, and then you're going to be less relevant.
Actually spearheading the experiences to bring up new things and make sure that we are on top of the new technologies. We're making sure that our clients are always here to see the latest stuff.
Excellent. So, beyond business, how does NMK contribute to the AV ecosystem, training, certification programs, and CSR initiatives?
Well, I'd like to say that we have a really solid marketing and events team that does a phenomenal job, making as much noise as possible. Positive noise, obviously, but really creating that buzz towards, again, that collaborative supporting arm towards who, our DNA is. The events that we do are really collaborative, not just in the AV side, but also from a human, ethical, and moral perspective. We do a lot of events for Women's Day, diverse events that really caters to not just this industry, but towards the overall community. So we've done a lot of community outreach, men's health, men's mental environment, stuff like that, which, it really brings a sense of purpose. And that sort of is what we are here for. We want to make sure that we are the relevant player in the market that cares and is that one that is consistent towards our messaging.
So, Rayan, Dino talked about the CSR initiatives that NMK has done. Talking about the students who are the future of our world, I would say, how are students benefiting from NMK's resources, expertise, or internship programs?
So we have identified at NMK that AV is not a subject that students would learn at universities. So we decided to take this initiative and take the AV world and AV knowledge to universities. So we started with RIT University in Dubai as a first experience and first establishment to go to, and we're going to enroll this to more establishments in the future. We also have, so far, I think we have 2 students who are doing internships from our RIT at NMK in the IT, AV, and different subjects. So yeah, we want to make sure that the AV knowledge and AV experience is passed on to the new generation. Even though they don't learn it at school, they can come here, learn it. Our training centers our training sessions are free of charge. And we want definitely to be able to spread that knowledge to everyone.
Would you like to add something?
Absolutely. And I think this comes from people like myself that have grown up in Dubai and the surrounding regions. We weren't necessarily given these opportunities. So you always want to give back. Yeah. Growing up, it was a very different Dubai than what we know it. And NMK being 38, you always want to push the fundamental core values of trust, enablement, empowerment. Those are the things and those are the reasons why we as a company want to pass forward, and give them the outlook and give them the approach that allows them to succeed and be a better professional, a better human, a better associate, a better friend. And those are the reasons why we've been consistent on doing stuff like that.
Interesting. Just now you spoke about your marketing team doing an amazing job with the CSR activities or something like that. But how do you keep employees engaged and nurture a strong internal culture also?
Yeah, I think that one I have to give to our HR team that has really uplifted. It really is about collaboration and keeping each other accountable to self-improvement and self-enhancement. One thing we've definitely tried to do is give people, the forward-thinking approach about where they can go in their careers and develop their skills and be proud of where they're working. For us, we always want to make sure that, anyone that walks into this door every morning is coming for a purpose and a reason, giving them that self-belief that they are doing something great. And that's what we really have been pushing towards. We've done that through so many collaborative team building events and really put people first. In many cases, they've allowed themselves to take that pivot in their careers. And we've seen people in our industry leave from NMK over time and then move into something great. And we're proud of them, keeping that relationship and seeing them flourish into the next level. So having that really nice, genuine approach, I believe has been very helpful to us as an organization.
Very interesting. So Rayan, what's next for NMK in terms of innovation, partnership, organizational growth?
Well, there's always next, and there's no stopping of this, I guess. we aim to be like a train, I would say. We're always spearheading, moving forward. We're always looking for new partners, always looking for interesting technologies, for companies that would bring an add-on to our industry, to our involvement in this market. We're always trying to get geographically also expanding. The offices in Riyadh, the office in Doha is always expanding also. The office in Dubai is always getting bigger and bigger. So yeah, I think new partners, new clients, new technologies, this is where we want to be.
Very interesting. So Dino, what I understand is NMK is competing with NMK itself. This is what I understand. So would you like to add on what Rayan has said?
Look, I think NMK always has this internal buzz to really try and be leader and really try and elevate and enhance the industry as a whole. I believe that, if you want to lay the foundations, it allows pathway for people to, take those right directions, right? I think we constantly have different types of competitors and competitors that constantly change. Years ago, we had competitors that were no stock, chips supply. And today, what we do have is a whole different dynamic of competitors. I believe as an organization, we need to be consistently looking at what there is and striving to do better. And as long as the company has the right goals and the right methodology and the right team, and I capitalize the word team, I truly believe that, consistency is going to be the key for that. Keeping the team, making sure that the team is, as organized as they can be, as helpful as they can be, as relevant as they can be in the industry. I think that's where the evolution of the company will continue. We have software as an example that's going to be playing a very important role. AI and how AI is going to integrate into our organization. I think these are the adaptability stems that we have to sort of evolve to. So there's always something. The cool thing about this industry is that there's always going to be something to look forward to. And as long as we can keep our eyes open, our ears wide, and listening to what the market needs and what the market requires, taking inspiration from the leadership of the UAE and the region, and really evolving towards what makes not just the UAE great, but the aspiration of what everyone in the UAE wants to aspire towards, I believe that we can really achieve a lot of greatness.
So lastly, in your view, what defines a successful long-term distribution vendor relationship in this region?
Well, I think the first common goal is going to be what both expectations are, right? Where does the company want to go? Where do you want to go as an organization? And ultimately, it's putting foundations in place that allows that scalable business. Distribution will take a lot of shape and different avenues. In today's market, distribution was very different towards where it was 15, 10, 20 years. And it's constantly evolving, right? Foundations are there. I think distribution has a place. There will be a shift in certain areas, but as long as there's true value add, from trainings to support to technical services, there will always be a need for it. The market is too big for it not to have distribution. So as long as both alignment is there and, targeted focus of what needs to happen is there, both with the right synergy, I truly believe that there's going to be a lot of not just current growth, but future growth and future opportunities with vendors.
And if I may add on this, it's the management was, I think, clever enough to understand all of this and make sure that the foundation is flexible enough to go in different directions at any point of time, which has made like Dino was mentioning, what made it very, very easy to maneuver when things happen, like in case of COVID, in case of any sort of other situations, the direction of the company can change at any time to make sure that the success is there.